Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Sorry it's been a while, but hey, I'm glad you're joining me. Today, we're going to start off this series talking about the different things in my collections. Today, we'll be discussing one of my favorite, more recent books that I got called The Poster Art of the Disney Parks. This is the second edition of this book, and it's written by Danny Handke and Vanessa Hunt. And it's really an interesting deep dive into the different processes and styles of art and poster styles throughout the years at all the different parks and different movies. So, without further ado, let's break it down. Let's get into it. There are so many interesting and wonderful things about this book. Starting off from the beginning with the introduction by the one and only Tony Baxter. Little background, if you don't know who Tony Baxter is, he is a former Walt Disney Imagineer who did loads of things, but most notably helped create things like Figment and also things like Disneyland Paris. He was really big in the creation of that. So it's a very good person to hear from, and has the authority and the information to speak properly and about truly what happened, because the man was there. So it's a good start for any book to have a nice introduction by Tony Baxter. As you begin to page through and read this book, as it takes you on its journey through its wonderfully colored pages, it's quite impressive actually to look at the different styles of art and see how almost every artistic style is represented in one way or another in a poster. I mean, especially in this book, because it covers everything from original Disneyland to Walt Disney World to Shanghai Disney. I mean, it covers every single park, and it's truly amazing to see not only how similar they all can be, but also how different they all can be at the same time. The thing I truly do admire about this book is I love being able to look at like the classic Disneyland Hotel and Disneyland and even early Disney World posters that were done with screen printing, which are gorgeous and have lots of fun color, but in general are kind of a little more simple, a little more simpler shapes. They're not quite as in-depth and detailed. But then as you get later into, we could get more into the 90s and the early 2000s, and things like the Tower of Terror open and Dinosaur open, and even It's Tough to Be a Bug, and it's just, that art for those posters is just unbelievable. I mean, it's top-notch. It's, not screen printed. It's very clearly hand painted and hand done, and it's just very different how they have kind of turned the corner from what used to be kind of more of a simple poster with, only a few colors and simpler designs to what turned into basic, art masterpieces essentially, and kind of more like movie posters as opposed to just a standard, attraction poster design. Nowhere would I say that's more apparent than when you look at the Galaxy's Edge posters, because they're obviously clearly meant to mimic the designs and looks of the original Star Wars posters, and I think do that very well. Not only do they help capture that kind of original nostalgic feel, but it also helps to kind of put the newer characters into that, fun-loving original universe to help give them a little more sticking power and help the new audiences that grew up with the old stuff try to find new ways to connect with new characters and find ways to enjoy the larger and bigger universe. Another thing that makes this book absolutely a must-have for any Disney park fan, let alone art fan, is the fact that this really does break it down by park, so you can see all of the different poster designs from the opening, for example, of Epcot in 1982, up until one of the more recent ones for the Journey of Water in Smyrna. It's really just a great comprehensive collection of all things Disney art and poster style, and it is just an absolute must-have for any fan of Disney. I mean, if you're just slightly a fan, this book will just enthrall you and kind of suck you in. As you can see, this book has a lot to offer, and we've barely scratched the surface in the few minutes that we've been here. But I will leave a link in the bio down below, and if you'd like to get a copy for yourself, I couldn't recommend it more highly. And I'd love to know in the comments, what are your favorite posters? What art styles or or even what artists, intrigue you or attract you the most. I'd love to hear from you, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for sticking with me to the end, and please subscribe for more. Thanks.